Once again, Dido.
Beds, Aunt Mary. We should prepare some extra beds in case our visitors are to stay.
May we wear the new silk?
I will do your hair bed. Oh, say we may wear them, Aunt Mary.
You will not be dining with us, Dido.
Of course. But I may join after dinner, may I not?
Yes, such are the rules, and you know them well.
What drew you to take this on? 2014, it's time to do this right now. Why?
I feel like the story waited for me. In so many ways, I feel like it waited for me to be ready as a director, to be able to, and as a filmmaker, to be able to tell this story. I know that Damien Jones, the producer, had been trying to tell a story about Dido's history for a long, long, long time, and it hadn't come off the ground, probably a good 10 years. And it hadn't come off the ground. And, you know, one day he sent me a postcard print of the portrait, the infamous portrait of Dido Elizabeth Bell standing next to her white cousin, with the two of them treated as equal value in the painting. And this landed on my lap, and I was like, oh my God, as a filmmaker, if I do this right, I've got the opportunity to tell a story. Looking at the painting, I could say I've got the opportunity to tell a story that combines, you know, politics, art, and history. Never mind the sub kind of the love story and the kind of the kind of sub themes, if you like, of status, class, and gender, and you know, and then you know. Who could know that in the background of the lives of Lord Mansfield, the highest judge in the land, the man who raises Dido as an aristocrat, and Dido Bell's story, that there was the Zong story in the background where I could actually honor the lives that were lost in this horrible, horrible case where over 100, you know, slaves were thrown overboard, chained as one for insurance money. You know, this was so for me, the history, the painting, they compelled me to want to give Dido a voice and give Gugu Mbatha-Raw the best role I could possibly create for her.
I think you have. I mean, I think the voice is there, and Gugu is amazing, and we won't even get into all the awards buzz that's already happening.
Wow.
So, you know, really quickly, tell me a little bit about just doing a period drama. What's the best part, the most exciting part, and what's the hardest part?
Well, you know, the best part is that I'm a girl, and, you know,
Please say the dresses.
You know, and that's never going to leave me. And of course, the dresses. I mean, those incredible dresses. and you know, I'm like most other girls who like a period drama. You know, I'd get lost in the fantasy. I'd get lost in the romance. You know, and I'd want to see myself up there. You know, and I never could. And so knowing that the best part was kind of creating the world, creating the lush, gorgeous, beautiful aesthetic that you see. You know, having my color chart that I was, you know, quite obsessive about, you know, making sure that nobody moved away from in terms of production design and costume and wardrobe, you know, helping to design how I wanted the hair to look, you know, how a black woman, because what example do we have of how a black woman should look other than a painting, right?
Interesting.
So I was able to go from the get-go, from scratch, from that, and decide how I wanted her to look. The hardest part was the clothes. The best part was the clothes, the hardest part was the clothes. Yeah, because of how long it took to get these beautiful women, you know, dressed and to have their hair done, and you know, everything is authentic, everything is correct. So if we were doing a couple of setups in a day, 2-3 setups in a day where they would have to change clothing, that could almost be an hour's change. And we were shooting in the fall in the UK. When we lose light around about 4:30, it starts to get, you know, you lose the sharpness of the light. This film is shot with a lot of natural daylight with my fantastic cinematographer Ben Smithard, who did wonders with that. But that meant that you know, that was a tough day to try and shoot all the story that we needed to do in a day.
I think that you shot it perfectly. It's beautiful.
Thank
I would never
you.
know that was the most difficult part, and I really can't wait for people to see.
Thank you so much.
To learn. It's gonna be
learn
fantastic.
and learn.
You're watching Black Tree on TV, only on Soul of the South.